Moving on to story number 2. Avowed has been delayed. We talked a little bit about this last week where there was rumors about it, but now it is officially locked in. A super chat question for y'all. Is Xbox's fall slate of games hitting for you? Obviously, we've talked a lot about how the quantity of Xbox titles coming out, but how are you feeling about it now? Because Xbox officially tweeted out themselves, so many games coming. As such, we're moving Avowed to February 18th, 2025 to give players backlogs some breathing room. Stay tuned for more from our games across Activision, Blizzard, Bethesda, and Xbox Game Studios at Gamescom, including our August 23rd live stream for a look at Avowed. And they have their list of games here, which include World of Warcraft, The War Within, August 26th, Age of Mythology Retold, September 4th, Ara History Untold, September 24th, Diablo 4, Vessel of the Hatred, October 8th, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, October 25th, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on November 19th, Indiana Jones with a still, and The Great Circle with a TBA 2024, Starfield Shattered Space Expansion with the TBA 2024, Towerborn as well. Avowed now has February 2025, South of Midnight, Doom, The Dark Ages, and Fable all set for 2025 as well. Simon, what's your takeaway looking at this?
I think it puts a lot of pressure on Indiana Jones to come out this year, which is one of my most, that and GTA 6 are probably like my most anticipated games. I love Indiana Jones, the films, the original 3 more than most things in this world, so I cannot wait for that game. Puts a lot of pressure on that to hit either November, December, right? I doubt it's going to be if it's October, we'd know by now, I would think. But yeah, I'm really excited for Black Ops 6 as well. I actually, I've fallen out of love with Call of Duty the last couple of years. I'm a big campaign guy, and they've kind of let that slide a little bit. But this one, I'm really hopeful for. Avowed, personally, every time I've seen it, I'm like, this looks good. This looks like what I expect from Obsidian. I've yet been wowed, so I understand why maybe they need more time to get that hype building a bit. Personally, it's not a big issue for me that's moved, because it wasn't one, when I'm planning out the rest of my year, it wasn't one I was going to get around to straight away. But I do think in general, it's not been the best year for Xbox in terms of PR, and it doesn't help to see things slipping, even when they need time. And, we'd all rather, play a good game than one that's not finished. Right?
And that's the thing that I'm most interested about this is what is the reasoning truly for this move? Do they need more time, or are the words they're saying here painting an accurate picture of the situation there, of saying we're moving it to give players backlogs some breathing room, which would imply it is purely a scheduling decision, right? To try to look at all the games that they have, which they present here. And there's a lot of games here with dates. A lot of them are expansions to current games, but they're expansions that are people are looking forward to them, and they're games that people are playing.
Yeah.
For the most part.
They say that, but like Warcraft and Diablo, like you said, if you're not invested in those, you're not suddenly going to pick those up just for those expansions, right? And that does also lead me to believe they're very confident that Indiana Jones is this year, because they wouldn't, it feels like they're making room for it, is how it feels to me.
And that is interesting, because we've been talking a lot about it, where the prediction is December, right, for Indiana Jones. So with Indiana Jones coming out, we've been talking about what's the right placement for it. Is December putting it out to die, or should it come earlier? Like, wherever we're at with that. This now, looking at this, October, Black Ops has, right? Yeah. You don't want to get too close to that. November, I do feel like
they could slip late November. I mean, Flight Sim's a specialist game, right?
Exactly. And I think there's a lot of specialist games here with Flight Sim, with Age of Mythology, Ara. But there is the Game Pass factor, and you bringing up the Diablo and World of Warcraft, which I don't even remember. What does Game Pass do for World of Warcraft at this point?
It's a fantastic question.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I love the confidence in which you said that. But I do feel like there's going to be an influx of people into Diablo just because of the way they're going to be marketing it via Game Pass. But yeah, I feel like this is a solid fall for Xbox. It is quote unquote cheating a little bit because you were adding Call of Duty to it. Yeah. And that's the thing that I think really kind of weighs this when I look at this image of like, all right, cool, we got some big stuff.
Well, interestingly, there's also Stalker 2, which they've kind of almost seemed to be distancing themselves from. Like, this was meant to be a big thing, and now it's just not appearing on.
I feel like the Stalker 2 situation's so complicated with obviously what's going on over there, but also just like they delayed it, and it's not officially a Xbox Game Studios thing. This seems to be strictly the first parties, right? So not surprised to not see that here. I still think we're going to see that this year, though.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, who
'Cause-
knows?
Yeah, unless something horrible happens. But like
Yeah, didn't it just recently get delayed from September to November?
November, yeah. So
This episode is brought to you by Monster Hunter Now. There's never been a better time to jump in and play Monster Hunter Now. The game allows you to embark on a global quest in the real world to track down and hunt monsters from the Monster Hunter universe with your friends. For a limited time, earn a powerful Mr. Beast sword and shield, the perfect starter weapon for new hunters via the Mr. Beast quest line. Check this out.
Late for work. Then Monster Hunter. Now. Boring date. Then Monster Hunters. Now. Then. Now. Then. Now. Then. Now. Then.
Not now!
Then. Now. Monster Hunter Now. Hunt anywhere.
Download Monster Hunter Now by scanning this QR code or going to kindafunny.com/Monster Hunter Now. Again, go to kindafunny.com/Monster Hunter Now to get Monster Hunter Now. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Every once in a while, it is important to check in and ask yourself, what are your self-care non-negotiables? When your schedule is packed with kids' activities, big work projects, and more, it's easy to let your priorities slip. Even when we know what makes us happy, it's hard to make time for it. But when you feel like you have no time for yourself, non-negotiables like therapy are more important than ever. Some of Tim's best friends use BetterHelp and love how helpful it can be for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself. It isn't just for those who've experienced major trauma. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Never skip therapy day with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/kindafunny today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/kindafunny.
not too surprising. But yeah, even this having a couple 2025 dates, like not the biggest surprise, but South of Midnight, Doom Dark Ages Fable.
Yeah.
It is nice to see this and to see that as of August 5th, 2025, Xbox looks at those games as games that are coming next year.
I mean, that graphic, and I am excited for those games. I don't want to be too down on it, but 3 out of those things are expansions. They're not full games, if you know what I mean.
No. What?
Diablo, Warcraft, Starfield.
Oh, no, sorry. I'm talking about the
Sorry.
2025 games.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely full game. I can confirm that those
Are
are full
full games.
And I cannot wait. All 3 of those look incredible. They're definitely on my short list of like most anticipated games.
And that's what I think is really cool is that, like finish the year out with some expansions because this will be the first year that Xbox has Call of Duty. So like put maybe the marketing dollars bigger and better towards that to like have the market ownership and whatever there and like push it. Call of Duty's on Game Pass, right? Like all of that. But then you start, can you bring it up one more time? Like starting to look at 2025 and like, of course, there's going to be other things that are announced.
Well, another Call of Duty, you'd imagine.
And that too, right? So yeah, looking at this and things can get delayed. So much can happen. But I do believe that Doom, Fable, and Avowed are going to hit next year. South of Midnight, that's a little bit more. I'll have to wait and see if it actually like does. We just need to see more of it, I think. But if we get Avowed, South of Midnight, Doom, Dark Ages, Fable, and the next Call of Duty next year, that is
it's a good year.
That's a lineup,
and
man.
maybe GTA 6 at some point.
And then there's that, right? But I mean, just from first party Xbox, like that's real solid stuff. Like that doesn't feel like expansion stuff. That feels like big consequential games coming out that I imagine are then we're still going to get Sea of Thieves expansions and the next Diablo thing and like all that stuff as well.
First 2/3 this year haven't been fantastic, but if you look from there from September to maybe November next year, it could be like an incredible 14, 15 months.
Yep.
I feel like we say this every year.
I know. I feel like we say it every year.
But I'm hopeful.
The dominoes, Tim.
The dominoes. But here's the thing. It's like I feel like every time we say it, it becomes more and more almost true. This is the most like I believe in this more because like last time I feel like there was that setup of like, Redfall and Hellblade and that back-to-back release of those games didn't happen the way I think any of us would have predicted. And while that can happen again here, just knowing the teams working on these games and knowing how long some of these games have been gestating, I believe in it more.
Absolutely.
The biggest question I have here is indie. When is this game actually going to hit? Are we getting the announcement of the release date at Gamescom? Because that would make sense,
I
right?
feel like we've got to find out soon. They're a European studio. They're a Swedish studio, Machine Games. So maybe that it's closer. They don't have to travel as far to make the announcement.
Yeah.
People do things digitally these days, though. I don't know if you've heard about this.
Oh, yeah.
You don't actually have to travel. I'm not actually here. I'm a hologram. So
Holy shit.
yeah, I'm still in London. You can touch me if you want.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Holograms.
Are you excited for Avowed? Where's that on your radar?
No.
Not
Not my
your
type of
cup of tea.
game. No. But I'm hopeful for it. Like you were saying earlier, it doesn't look like the type of thing they haven't done anything that I'm like, oh, this is gonna give the people what they want.
Mm-hmm.
But it also hasn't done anything that I'm like, oh, this one's dead in the water.
No,
so
yeah.
it's like I feel like there's a chance
If
for
they
it.
get a similar sort of success they did with the Outer Worlds, then that's a success, right? Isn't it?
I absolutely think so, and I am leaning towards it being more of that than not. So
No, I think people need to. It's not the next Skyrim. It is a fantasy. Outer Worlds is probably. If you keep your expectations, then I think we'll have a good time.
yeah.
And don't we all want to have a good time?
I just want to have a good time, you guys. Please help me out here. We got a couple super chats here. Let's see. Alan Martinez says, "Hey guys, today's my birthday. Anybody from Kind of Funny or best friends going to GalaxyCon in San Jose next weekend? Lots of voice actors and wrestlers will be there, including Trish Stratus. I will not be there. I doubt anybody from KF will be.
I
but
won't be. I can
yeah,
tell you.
Simon will not be. Cool Greg though. Cool Greg likes going to those type of things, and he loves Trish, so there is a chance there. But happy birthday, Alan. Happy birthday." CJ Splits on talking about the Xbox thing here, saying, "How do you feel about PC only games on the list like Ara and Warcraft? As a console player, that doesn't help me." Yeah, but I feel like Xbox is trying to present themselves as not just for you or for console players, but as, hey, here's the entire ecosystem, and we do have games available on PC and on Xbox, and I think they've clearly shown that they're trying their best to have as much equity as possible. Like, I don't think it behooves them to have a separate kind of era there. But then, sorry, can you bring it up one more time, Barrett?
It does say first-party Xbox games and Xbox. To a casual person, I was thinking, oh, I can play all of these games on my Xbox.
Yeah.
You can do your own research and
get
find
it.
out.
Yeah, for sure. But which of these games is PC exclusive?
Didn't they say Warcraft and Ara? I didn't know that Ara was. But
Yeah, I didn't know Ara was either. Warcraft makes sense to me. But yeah, I feel like if it was the majority of them,
yeah,
then it'd kind of be an issue there. But like, WoW's the weird one to me.
Mm-hmm.
Why is WoW not on consoles?
I don't know. I don't work at Blizzard, Tim.
I look to you for one thing. Figure this out.
I've never played a second of WoW in my life.
Yeah,
I'm
me
not
neither.
I'm not the person to ask.
Why is WoW not on consoles, everybody?
You want me to call Mike?
Yes.
Okay, I will do that.
Yes. Because it doesn't make sense, I feel like maybe now with this Activision Microsoft situation that it feels more inevitable than ever, but I just don't get it, because Final Fantasy 14 eventually came to consoles.
I don't know how does anyone play it on PC with a controller? I don't know how easy it is to handle with a controller.
I don't know, but Mike's coming to answer this. He's our WoW man.
Oh,
Mike's back's hurting right now.
Man,
but
I love WoW so much, Simon Cardi. It's crazy, man. I would devote my whole entire life to WoW if it was just on console.
But why is it not on console?
Because Blizzard is just holding back greatness from us all. I mean, I don't know. That's a great question, right? Like when you think about WoW, at first it was, there's just so many inputs that no console could handle that. But then we've proven that many MMOs have figured it out and can do it, right? And so it's like, what's holding us back? It's clearly not the hardware because WoW, very old game by now, doesn't look that great. So yeah, what's going on?
Do you think we get it?
No, I don't think so.
Even with Microsoft Activision?
It's too far gone. Yeah, no.
Really?
WoW 2, maybe.
That WoW factor.
That's what you got to ask Phil Spencer.
Yeah.
Can we bring the WoW to console?
They never let me speak to Phil, and I don't know why.
What?
I don't know why.
You seem like a great guy. Ask him what his favorite shape is.
What do you think Phil Spencer's favorite shape is?
Square. A cross? It's got to be a cross, right?
Yeah.
An X?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is a cross...
Is a cross a shape?
I mean, it is, yeah.
Definitely.
It definitely is. Or an X. Yeah. That's a letter.
X is a letter. I'm an X
Just
guy.
like O is a circle and a letter. Wow.
We were learning a
that's the
lot.
wow factor.
That's
Wow.
the wow factor, everybody. I think we'll get WoW eventually.
Yeah.
It feels weird to me that it's not there, but I feel where you're coming from, CJ.